support. If all counties would put the energy they are putting. They need a lot of financial support from Treasury. Okay.
I know the Meru Cooperative Society suffered a serious hit in Meru because protesters decided they had an axe to grind with the government, but the Meru Cooperative Society became collateral damage. So let us ponder and reflect on some of our actions, as we also ask the security agencies not to injure citizens when they express their constitutional right. We also, in equal measure, request the citizens, when you protest, please also respect the rights of others. It is that kind of respect for each other that will make Kenya great, that is the hallmark of civilized nations, that is the hallmark of democratic societies. In the cotton subsector, we have embarked on a modernization program for gineries to reinvigorate cotton cooperatives. Phase 1 of this program saw the successful upgrade of the Luanda District Cooperative Union Ginery in Busia County. Phase 2 is currently underway at Pavi Cooperative Society in Kwale County, with similar interventions planned for other cotton growing regions. In the dairy sector, we have continued to invest in the modernization of new Kenya Cooperative Creameries, new KICC, positioning it as a buyer of last resort during periods of milk glut. To date, the government has invested Kenya shillings 4.6 billion in facility upgrades and milk stabilization efforts. In the current financial year, an additional Kenya shillings 550 million has been set aside, including 50 million Kenya shillings for a new processing facility in Narok, and Kenya shillings 100 million for the upgrade of the Runyenjes cooling plant. Furthermore, Kenya shillings 400 million has been dedicated to stabilizing milk prices and protecting farmers' incomes. We are also supporting the construction of an animal feed plant at Meru Central Dairy Cooperative Union with Kenya shillings 100 million already disbursed and a further Kenya shillings 100 million earmarked. Milk coolers have been distributed to dairy cooperatives to improve product quality and reduce post-harvest losses. We have also enhanced the Coffee Cherry Advance Revolving Fund, increasing its capitalization from Kenya shillings 3 billion to Kenya shillings 4.75 billion. So far, over 580,000 farmers have benefited from advances totaling 8.9 billion Kenya shillings across coffee-growing counties. Additionally, the Cabinet has approved a Kenya shillings 6.8 billion debt waiver for coffee cooperative societies, with Kenya shillings 2 billion allocated in the current financial year. These measures are bearing fruit, with some regions now recording an increase in farm gate coffee prices from Kenya shillings 50 per kilogram to as high as Kenya shillings 150 per kilogram. In fact, when we were visiting the stands, we were told that there are actually some farmers who have hit 172 Kenya shillings per kilogram. Kenya is the #1 cooperative nation in the whole of the African continent. And #7 globally. Savings are very fundamental to the growth of the economy. You've heard the statistics and the figures given by the minister about the muscle of the cooperative movement. We must continue to grow it, because without savings, a country will not grow. Savings are fundamental to that. Cooperative movements are homegrown. And when I stand here and I look right up to the end, it's amazing. There are over 10,000 people in this mega dome. This speaks volumes to the whole agenda of the cooperative movement and how far it has gone throughout the economy. If we have a strong cooperative movement, the resilience of our economy is strengthened, because even in a moment of political challenges, there shall be no capital flight. Hakuna mtu atatorosha pesa yake apeleke nje. That is how strong the Kenyan economy can come. Because sometimes foreign investment can be very shy. The moment Kenyans sneeze in the streets of Nairobi, some will engage in capital flight. But if we have a strong economy, a strong cooperative base, where the resources are homegrown and spread out of the country, then our economy will not be shaken when somebody sneezes in the streets of Nairobi. Peace, security, and stability. For an economy to grow, we must uphold peace, we must maintain stability, we must have security for everybody, and for our economic and social assets. We must follow and respect the constitution of that nation, and in this case we speak to the Constitution of Kenya. We must be a law-abiding nation. And when the late Kibaki took over as president, you will recollect one of his fundamental statements was a 3-word statement which became the headline. He simply said, "Obey the law." Obey the law. Go back into the archives, you will just find that headline. One response from Mzee Mwai Kibaki: obey the law. So I really want to appeal to all of us, those of us who are in public office, like myself, the citizen who gave us the opportunity through the ballot to serve. When we all go and look in a mirror in the morning, let us just remember to cite one thing: obey the law. That is a very humble appeal that I make. My administration remains firmly committed to uplifting the livelihoods of lower and middle-income Kenyans through an empowered and efficient cooperative movement. We have placed deliberate focus on revitalizing key agricultural value chains by supporting the creation of new cooperatives where they are needed and strengthening existing ones to boost their effectiveness and productivity. To support this agenda, we have rolled out wide-ranging policy, legal, and institutional reforms, alongside capacity building, financial assistance, and infrastructure development. These interventions are designed to foster an enabling environment in which cooperatives can thrive and deliver value to their members. Through the Ministry of Cooperatives and MSMEs Development, we have constituted a high-level committee of experts comprising both international professionals and distinguished local practitioners to undertake a comprehensive review of the SACCO subsector legal framework. This committee of experts is mandated to identify and address legal and regulatory shortcomings that have, in some cases, enabled mismanagement and undermined public confidence. These reforms will culminate in the review of the SACCO Societies Act 2008 and the development of regulations to operationalize both the amended SACCO Societies Act and the new Cooperatives Act. This comprehensive framework aims to establish a more robust, transparent, and accountable sector. It is also intended to root out the impropriety and malfeasance perpetrated by a few officials whose actions have stained the reputation of an otherwise noble movement. Let me be clear. My administration will pursue the recovery of misappropriated funds and hold to account those found culpable in full accordance with the law. We are resolute in our determination to restore integrity, trust, and dignity to the cooperative sector.